I got my notes up. Let me scroll. God, I took like 6 pages of notes last time. All right.
We can't hear you, babe.
Ah, you can't hear me? How's that?
No, Jess.
Oh, Jess. Why? Yeah, I haven't been able to hear her for a bit. Let's see.
You gotta turn your mic on, babe.
Parthos.
Babe. Oh wow. Turn the mic on.
His thing.
Cause.
Oh, we just.
It'll be fine.
We were just with Jorgenmunder, and he had just gone back into the ocean. And he was telling us.
Oh, that's right. The powers that be have their eyes on us, and all of them are interested in knowing how we came back. Even the Norns do not know how we are alive again.
So, yeah, I wrote. It wouldn't tell Parthos anything about Fenrir. And it was cool because, like, he opened his mouth and ships and stuff like that fell out. And then. Hell's upset about Rodolfo being back, but she's not actively pursuing us. She's not mad at us. She's mad at the situation. And yeah, like Parthos said with the Norns, they're upset. Rodolfo needs to pray to Hell to get her orders.
Yep.
But he has to find a way to do it without his talisman.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're still just
Or
like
at least,
chilling
like,
on the cliff,
fix that.
recouping. Yep, we're just recuperating from the Great Snake saying hello.
Great snake.
The Great Snake saying hello.
Sup, guys? Stuff's happening. Bye.
What did you say?
Like, he was like, all right, guys, stuff is happening. All right, I'm out. Bye. Goes back in the water.
I just slides back.
Yep.
He's like, okay, thanks, bye.
Yeah, he did leave us high and dry there, pun intended.
He really did. He definitely did.
He was a tease monster.
Given who he is, he's got a team.
Well, at least he gave us a heads up on some of the attention that we're getting.
Are we in game right now, or are we
Game.
speaking
We're in
game?
game.
Yep.
We're just slackers.
Wow.
And Geth is a very patient DM.
I am a very patient DM.
Oh, I didn't know if I was about to start speaking as my character who knows literally nothing, or me who knows a bit more than my character does. That's why.
Fair.
That's why I asked.
Come on,
You know
man.
nothing, Jon Snow.
Yeah, pay attention to the meetings, man. That's why we have them.
What meetings?
Oh,
Exactly.
the one we just had.
No, I didn't get my
The
memo.
one you weren't invited to.
That's why I didn't get a memo.
Wow.
Well, I'll go back. We can go ahead and start now. So, contrary to Jorgenmunder's size and what should be a loud slide back into the ocean, it's eerily calm. You know, you can hear the waves crashing and stuff, but no more than a normal ocean at this time of year would sound like. There's nothing extra. As his head's like slowly, he never like breaks eye contact with you guys. His head just kind of slowly sinks back into the ocean and just kind of disappears. It almost seems surreal, because it's like nothing was ever there. There's the sound of waves, the birds have started back up, the crickets have started back up. Everything's kind of normal again. But you definitely, are 100% sure that you saw Novenmonger, and that just happened. Kind of look at each other like, what the fuck? And continue on.
Right.
I was hoping to fight that thing one day.
Mm, that just confirmed more things than anything, but still left us with a lot of questions.
Guys, did I get to pet it?
Yeah, you did. Good job. You booped it in its nose.
I booped the great snake.
You booped the great snake.
I booped the great snake.
Once you continue on and just keep trucking along, it's surreal. It's quiet. The ocean gives off a heavy salt smell. There's the sound of crashing waves up against the rock. Every so often you'll see a seagull just kind of dive bomb into the ocean and come up with something. You'll see kind of off in the distance there's dolphins, and maybe about an hour and a half or so in, you see a whale breach the surface and and crash back into the ocean and just kind of disappear.
So Parthos, you want to tell us about this brother of yours? It's, a snake?
I would have thought that wasn't a surprise, given who my father is, apparently. But fair enough. I've never met him at all. For obvious reasons. If the one time he came up was a precursor fight between him and Thor, so it's not a good thing if he rises up from the oceans. The fact that he did early, it's I don't know. I'm
Well, at
surprised he
least
didn't
he
die from
was.
his breath and venomous poison. But yeah, otherwise,
Well, at least he was chill this time.
that's what scares me.
Yeah, he was calmer than I was expecting.
Mhm.
After he tried to drag me off the edge of the cliff.
No, he wanted us there.
Well, that's one way to get our attention.
Mm-hmm. And he said, "Oh, their eyes are upon us. Every eye is upon us." So the question is now, the biggest question is why us? And if it's us, and if it's against what the Norns wanted, envisioned, foresaw, whatever it is. Oh, let's just put it this way: we're gonna be tested a lot coming up soon by every living thing.
You think?
Well, I imagine.
We can assume at this point.
Hmm.
I think that's a fair assumption.
Should be fun though.
I think that's absolutely a fair assumption. Rodolfo, any idea how you're going to get in touch with Hell without being able to use your idol?
Pray. She'll listen.
Pray, yeah.
She knows
Maybe
who you are.
probably gonna have to find a temple for a better connection,
Yeah.
or maybe find some sort of new idol in order to attune to.
It seems like our reception out here kind of sucks.
Just a little.
Roll me a religion check, Rodolfo.
Let's see here. It's 9.
For some reason, as you talk about possibly praying to hell, or having that moment with her to try and connect. Just like you get this weird whiff of coffee, just right up your nose, just about, and it dies.
Smell something?
I'm like, I smelled coffee just now.
Really? I smell
Yeah.
sea. Brine, salt.
Are
you high?
Not yet, but
Ooh. Can I join?
hey, earthly coffee, earthly smells. It's like a high for me.
Fair enough.
I want
High is
to
a
take
high though, so
I'm gonna take a look around me, see if if I notice anything like different after what I just smelled.
Only perception.
Ooh. 23.
Nice.
See off in the distance that you kind of take a look to the right, to the left. Left is where the cliff is, right's where the forest is. And then to the right, you see what almost looks like what looks like a wolf, but isn't, just for a split second, and then it disappears.
So I'm like intently looking in that direction, and I'm like, huh.
You all right over there, Rodolfo? You're focused on something.
I just saw something that looked like a wolf over to the right of us, off in the distance.
The other brother, maybe?
you will know if it was the other brother, but I don't know. Possibly.
You'd know that also wolves of that type is a sign from hell, as is coffee.
Sure. I'm getting the feeling that Hell is really wanting me to talk to her. Cause
I
that,
told you.
yeah,
Now all became VIPs, and you, my friend, are our ticket in, if you will.
well, first chance we get where we have a moment of rest, I'm going to.
Yeah, next time when we come up and rest again for the night, I'll stay up with you.
Yeah, to pray in order to do some deep meditation.
Mm-hmm.
Get some of that earthly high going on.
Good, maybe your satchel won't smell so much.
In a hurry, boys.
Hey, this satchel here that I got, it's an earthly delicacy of smells.
That's fair. Well, as exciting as this visit from our good friend's family has been, I think we should trek on. Maybe we'll find a temple or something along the way that we can stop at and you can talk to your god.
Oh, I don't think a temple would be necessary. I think if the smell of coffee and wolves are around, she will listen to it if he just says hi right now out loud.
Yo, Hell, what is up?
I did it. Well, whatever.
Do you actually say it like that?
Do it! Do it!
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh boy.
Hey, I might have talked to her like that. Said hi that way.
Oh god.
Who knows?
Oh god. DM, could you imagine? That wolf gonna bite you on the butt.
I'm sure my candle would explode. I'm sure. One already exploded already, not Hell's. Someone else's did. Oh, that terrifies me. You get no response. But you don't die. Nothing really happens.
Just sitting there with her face in her palm, just like, you motherfucker.
You might have to work extra hard now to get her attention.
No, she's gonna respond to him, but wow, he has to behave good. I'm gonna have to behave good.
Perception
Shit.
check.
Unfortunately, she's the one sibling that I hang out with the most. I had a good relationship before, I think. I don't remember. Hard to tell. Ah, shit.
Corvo.
Oh, I didn't know you were talking to me. I'm sorry. I thought he was talking.
I was trying to get your attention. Roll me a perception check.
Okay. Come on. Slow, slow, slow. A 9. I need to buy real dice.
Ouch.
Yeah, you do.
This hurts. My rolls are just painful.
You kind of banter with each other, and you keep going on your horses. Corvo, you're kind of looking around, and first, just kind of off to the side, again to that right side in the forest, you see what looks like a figure in the forest standing, watching you guys pass by. And as you kind of get in front, and you can finally see the figure fully, as you pass in front of it, you see what looks like a girl's face. And she has these soft green eyes. She kind of stares at you for a second, and then she's gone.
I'll stop. No. I'll just slow my horse down and backtrack to Parthos and whisper, somebody's following us. I don't know who. Just keep your eyes on
I whistle out loud for a bit, and after a couple seconds of not responding, I whisper back, "How many?"
One female. Not sure anything.
Is it hell?
I don't know. I think our
Let's
druid would know that.
let's keep moving, and just keep an eye out. Don't do anything stupid. Just keep going. If the creature wants attention, the creature will get attention. Until then, we're good.
I really hope it's not your sister, because it would be horrible of you to call her that.
Ah.
The creature. Good grief.
Can you imagine? I can't imagine even trying that.
I'm just sitting here. I'm just over here giggling and pegging.
I can see that for a couple of them, but
just feeling the fury that would be coming down out of all of this. She's sitting there like these fuckers.
I mean, I'm already in trouble, so
That's
might as
true.
well actually earn my trouble.
That's true. That's true.
That's my sisterly love.
If hell's gonna take you down, you might as well go out in a blaze of glory, right?
Might as well earn her ire for a bit.
Exactly.
For a change.
Someone roll me a D100.
Yeah.
Anybody.
I'll do it.
I'm gonna let the person with real dice do that, because
50. Straight down the middle.
Down the middle. Alright. So the rest of the day goes by pretty uneventfully. You don't see anything, you don't hear anything. It's kind of unsettling to some of you that saw things, but nothing really stands out the rest of the time. You're able to find camp for the night, and who is taking first shift?
I will.
Okay. Who's taking second?
I'll do it.
Just in case. So when you look at it,
Who's taking third?
I will.
So, shift, go ahead and roll me that perception check for me.
Woo!
Mm.
17.
Ooh, nice.
17.
Nice.
I know.
Thankfully, it's still, it's mid-evening and then goes into the nighttime. You don't really see anything. The fire is illuminating your campsite pretty well. You do see, probably towards the end of the day, you'd say 9, 10 o'clock, you do see a caravan going by. And it looks like a family. And they just wave politely and just keep going down the road. There's 4 people. There's 2 adults and 2 kids. The kids seem to be asleep, and the adults just kind of quietly continuing on. But other than that, your shift goes by pretty uneventfully. And it is now time for you to wake up the next shift.
Who do we put as second? I didn't catch. I heard them both volunteer. I didn't catch who was.
And Lark.
Oh, they're both taking. Okay. I'll go shake her awake.
am I taking it or is Jasara taking it?
Both of you
Jazara.
can take it.
If it's
Or
fire.
both.
Okay.
Whatever you guys decide.
I'm fine taking second. With or without Jasara. Hang on.
Both of you take it.
Okay.
I'll walk over to both of them and just bark at them both. Just bark it. Wait.
Woof, woof, woof. Isn't that the druid's thing?
I startle awake and smack Corvo across the cheek with my tail. What?
I'm going to sleep. Don't make me regret.
Sorry,
Your
I don't
turn.
do well being woken up.
I can see that.
Next time, just throw something from across the way at me. Probably safer for both of us.
I'll remember to pack a brick in my bag.
Yeah.
I'm going to sleep.
I sleep now.
So, sleep comes pretty okay for you guys. The other 2, please roll me some perception checks.
23.
Okay.
10.
3 and 10. So, nothing really happens during your shift. Not exactly really at the top of the list, but probably halfway, you hear rustling in the bushes, probably 10 feet away from your campsite.
I will sneak over and go take a look.
Roll me stealth.
Stealth is... That 22?
Damn.
You see what looks like a young child in the bushes, kind of like staring wide-eyed at you.
Like an actual child, or...
Like an actual human child.
What does she look like?
Pretty rough, actually. She's got what you assume is brown hair. It's all sorts of matted. There's, it doesn't look good. She's wearing what looks like 2 sizes too big clothes. Her hands and her feet have a bunch of scratches on them. And same with her arms. And she's just kind of like looking at you wide-eyed. Very feral. She's kind of back up on her legs. One foot seems to be pointed kind of to the side, like she's ready to bolt.
Just very calmly. Do you speak common?
Yeah?
Who are you?
Why you wanna know?
Because this is our camp, and we're not exactly in a big city.
This isn't your camp, not this bush.
But it's very close to our camp. I'm just curious as to who would be watching us.
You guys look like you had food.
Would you like some?
Maybe. Is it a trick?
Would you like it to be a trick?
No?
Then no, it is not a trick.
Roll persuasion. Not because you're lying, but she is very nervous.
19.
She'll nod and like kind of slowly creep over to you. Definitely staying within 2 arms length. She does not want to get close to you. But she'll follow you into camp. Larkin, you see Jasara come back with what looks like a young child.
What did you find?
She hasn't told me her name yet.
What does it want?
Food.
We got food. Hey kid, what do you want? What kind of food?
You see you kind of see her like stare at you and then look towards your pack. I don't know.
Well, we have meat, we have potatoes, we have bread, we have plenty of oats, and my personal favorite, we have flowers.
Bread would be fine.
I'll pull bread out of my sack and I'll split it in half and sit and attempt to sit as close as she'll let me. And I'll tear a bite off first and make sure she sees me eating it in a way of like showing her, look, it's safe, while I hand her her piece of bread. I'm curious about this child.
She'll let you get probably within 10 feet. And she'll grab the bread from the middle and then kind of scurry back, watching you take a bite, and then she'll take a small nibble, and then, within seconds, the bread's gone. She inhaled that way too fast for a child. And she just kind of stares at both of you again, making sure that her back is always facing away from you, and so that neither one of you can get to the side of her. And she kind of crouches down again and stares.
Will you tell us your name now?
Zar.
What was that?
Zar.
Czar.
Zar.
It's an interesting name.
Zar, how did you wind up all the way out here? You look like you've been on your own for a while, and no child should be that hungry.
I don't know how long I've been out here. As far as I can remember.
Do you have a family? Do you have parents, siblings, anyone that looks after you?
Kind of thinks for a moment, and then she whistles softly, and you see what looks like a giant grizzly bear saunter out of the woods and sits behind the child.
Okay, so you have a mother. What is your mother bear's name?
I call her Rose.
And how many seasons have you seen with Rose?
All of them?
All of them. Do you remember how many seasons you've seen? Have you counted any springs?
She does not look the size of a 10-year-old.
Too small or too big?
Too small. But she's talking fine. But she does not look the size of a 10-year-old.
Where did you learn to speak? Does Rose speak common?
No.
So at this point, I think it's safe to assume that she
Soldiers taught me.
was it. The soldiers taught you?
Mm-hmm. I listened and copied them.
She's smart.
Very smart. She must be for a bear to take her in.
What are your names?
Desara.
I'm Lurka.
Can I have their names? And she kind of points over to the two sleeping.
You may know their names, yes.
So the giant one is Corvo. Then the other two, I point to Rodolfer. This is Rodolfer. I point to Parthos, and that's Parthos. They're not as scary as they might look.
Kind of tilts over. Oh, there's a third one.
Rodolfer's a little better about hiding himself when we camp. The other two are just big lugs.
She kind of smiles softly, but after a minute, she kind of gets that look again, and then backs away, and nods and thank you, and then kind of scurries off into the bush, and the bear follows behind her.
Well then,
Jasara, did that really just happen?
pretty sure it did.
Do we tell the boys about this?
I think we should.
I think you're right.
Are you gonna wake them up?
I think maybe we should wait till morning because they've had a long enough day, and I'm not going to try to wake any of them up until we have to.
Who's on third shift?
Whoever decided to take their shift.
That'll be me.
Alright. Third shift comes quickly, and you were jolted awake by Verka.
Hey,
What happened?
keep a watch out.
People are dead?
No, but there is a child watching us.
I thought we
That's
were going to
new.
wait.
What? That's new. I'm usually used to adults watching us, but okay, child. Okay.
Just in case you see anything weird. She has a bear with her.
A what?
A grizzly bear.
Oh, because
It's okay.
that's normal.
Just throw them some bread and she'll be fine. They're friendly.
Okay.
We think.
For
Thank you for the warning, I suppose. All right. Good night.
Perception check, my friend. As you go into your shift.
That would be a 21.
Nice.
You hear rustling in the bushes, and before really you can get a good look. You see this young girl come out, kind of stare at you.
I stare back. Tilting my head to the side.
She mimics.
And I use one of my cantrips of light to slowly make a light appear above my hand and then float it towards her. Slowly, and then start making like circles and shapes with the light.
Once you get about 10 feet, she backs away really quickly. You kind of see as a light reaches her, there is a grizzly bear behind her standing up on its 2 feet.
Ah, Mama Bear. Hi. And they just keep bring the little emote of light back to me, and just start swirling around. And I just concentrate on it and try to see if I'm able to change it in different colors.
As you kind of ignore her and just mess with your light, you hear very quietly, "Can I have your name?"
Oh, hi. Yeah. I'm Parthos.
Damn it.
How are you?
Give me a charisma save.
Damn
24.
You, as you say, "I'm Parthos," every memory that you've ever said your name in feels like it's trying to be ripped from your body. For just a split second, you don't know what your name is, and you don't know who you are. But you kind of shake that feeling. As you shake that feeling, the girl's gone.
Fuck. I
I had a suspicion.
look around camp. I put full blast of light into where she was standing, where I saw the bear standing. Any marks of where they may have went anywhere, imprints, something.
No. Nope, there is no marks that someone was standing there.
Okay. I keep a lookout. Now more attent than before.
And your shift goes by. The rest of the night, okay. Morning arises, everyone kind of wakes up. The dawn is slowly creeping over the ocean. It just shines light probably about 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning is when it really hits. The sunset's beautiful, by the way. The spot you were able to find, you would literally have a look over this massive ocean, and you can just stare out at it.
Now I could wake up to this every morning.
You ain't kidding.
Are you going to tell your friends about what happened during the night?
I'm still trying to think about it. And, if they ask, they ask. If not, still trying to think. I'm very panicked about what happened, so I'm trying to make sense of it. Seeing if I can recall anything I would have read, a creature or something that steals memories. Just
Roll me a history check.
well, fuck me. Sadly, that's a 10.
General Faye pops into your mind, but nothing in particular.
Got it. For those in camp, you notice Parthos for the first time ever in a not necessarily grumpy mood, but definitely brooding. Just weird. Don't pay attention to just start working on my fitting sparkles. grooming Sparkles, making sure he's good. His hoofs are, his hoof shows are clean and ready to go. Feed him, water him. Just to myself mostly.
I'm gonna walk up and see if I can figure out what's going on.
Not even pay attention. Just focused on brushing Sparkle's hair.
Seeing he's brooding, I pop in on the other side of Sprinkles and pull myself up so he can see me peeking up over the horse.
By the way,
What?
by the way, Rodolfo, your horse is like trying to actively push itself into your backpack to get potatoes, and the rest of your horses are either eating or you have Corvo's horse and Sparkles giving death glares as you were grooming them. And Jasara, your horse just looks like it gives no shits.
My horse is definitely munching. Definitely munching. Because that's what that bitch does. She's chomping on some flowers. I'm gonna pop up over the side of Sparkles. What's got you so grumpy?
He's acting like a feline. That's never good.
Have you ever been petrified of forgetting not necessarily who you are, but what you are? Every meeting, every second defies who you are and what you are to others and to yourself.
Didn't that already happen to us once?
No, this is different.
I pop a dandelion into my mouth. So, sounds like your night was pretty similar to ours, huh?
It wasn't a little girl. It was a fae.
There's no way that child was fae. She was obviously human.
A powerful fae.
What the hell are you guys talking
To be
about?
honest.
You haven't told them? I look over at Porthos and Jasara.
I only just woke up.
Last night,
Man, I
this
must
little
have got lucky
tiny
and got the...
human showed up with a big mama bear, and we ate some bread, and apparently she came back and she was messing with Porthos.
The little fae child creature, it was a fae. She asked for my name, and as soon as I gave it, it tried to steal everything that I was. My name, my memories, my very essence.
This
And
is why you don't.
When I came back, it was gone. No trace. I couldn't find anything. I looked for a bit. Nothing, as if it didn't exist.
Are we sure this was the same child? Because Jasara and I had a very different experience with her.
Big ass grizzly behind her.
Rose. Her name is Rose.
Alright, well, whatever the fuck it's called. It's on my shit list.
Never thought I would see the day that you were spooked by a child, dear Porthos.
Not a child.
I seem to recall about several days ago when we left on our journey how I was the one receiving quite a bit of grief for not giving my name to somebody. Maybe I was right for not doing so.
Yep.
There's a difference between letting someone know your name and giving someone your name, especially when it comes to the fae.
I lean over to Jasara and whisper, maybe I shouldn't have told her their names? And maybe we can just leave this out.
That's why I said that she may know their names.
I'm willing to admit when I was wrong and I made a mistake, and why I think we should just have some mercy after I was jostled awake by Corvo last night. and clearly out of sorts. It had been 6 hours since I had eaten. You can't blame me.
What are you two whispering about?
Nothing. Just girl
Roll me,
things.
roll me,
Deception.
roll me deception, and Corvo roll me perception
That would be insight.
or insight. Sorry.
Insight?
Yeah.
12.
Hey, nat 20.
Yeah, they were lying sack of shit.
I don't know what they're talking about, but there's something they don't want us to know. And I'm not too big of a fan of what it probably is.
Yeah, well, keep eyes open. We're not alone. And I just mount Sparkles.
Who gives you a very annoyed grunt.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
I guess it's time to go. Mount up, everybody.
Get on my horse and make sure we've got everything broken off of camp.
I smooch Lilac on the nose, share a handful of oats with her, and mount.
Lilac gets very happy and continues on.
Here, taters. Have another potato.
Oh, but Taters just gets excited. Just makes like the loudest noise you've ever heard come out of that horse, and just
This horse is my spirit animal.
grins like its mouth full of like half-eaten potato. For some reason, a grin from a horse is a little bit unnerving.
I'm gonna give him like the biggest hug. It's like, oh, you're so.
And the horse will like pick up one of its front hooves and like try and wrap it around you the best that he can.
I love this horse.
I'm just sitting on Lilac with a big old smile and those anime teary eyes, watching this moment between Rodolfo and Tater. Remembering how excited I am that we got the affectionate horses and not the murder horses.
I look at my horse and I just say, I'm happy you're the most normal out of everybody here.
Actually, I think that would be my horse.
I wasn't talking to any of you. This was between me and him.
The horse makes like a snort, and in its own language that you somehow understand, it calls you crazy for talking to a horse.
At least I know we're on the same page.
It nods and then kind of like leans to the side, almost kind of forcing you to get up on him, and then takes off.
And I'm just gonna pat mine on the neck, and I'm glad you're normal-ish.
Kind of gives you that like, yeah, me too look.
Who needs normal?
I've like wrapped myself around Lilac's neck at this point, just giving her smooches.
Someone roll me a D100 as you continue on for the day.
Another one? Oh no.
Yeah.
I already did, so one of you.
DM, so a D100, that's when you roll a 25 times, right?
No.
no.
It's a size that has 10 sides.
You roll your
Those
10
are
side.
0 to
Yeah.
10, or 0 to 9, and 10 to 90.
Yeah.
I've got a 97.
There you go. So you
Alright.
roll your D10 twice and you add it. So
D10 twice.
one roll
okay.
is one roll is the tens, one roll is the ones.
Or if you've got a percentile, you can use a percentile and a D10.
Yeah.
Also, real quick, remember you
I'm gonna
guys we
order
just
a book
had
on dice.
a long rest. So if
We did a
you're
long
using the
rest?
website, yes, that's when you click
Did
it.
we? Cool.
Just,
I can get
especially
those.
for spellcasters, it gives you all your spells back, and you get your HP back, as well as your hit point dice that you can roll to heal yourself again.
Perfect. Okay.
Just as a heads up.
I was thinking short rest, but long rest works even better.
Mm-hmm.
Short rest, good. Long rest, better.
Mm-hmm. Even when you're getting woken up by a giant heap of man. How's that cheek feeling, Corvo?
Wait, what? Remember, lube it up next time. Otherwise, your cheek was gonna hurt later.
Jesus.
You're both.
I am sorry, Corvo. I really didn't mean to smack you in the face.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Corvo woke me up in the middle of the night for my shift, as he was supposed to, and I may or may not have slapped him across the face with my tail. Again, I am sorry.
I sometimes wish I would have stayed dead.
Oh, come on, big guy. You know you had it worse.
Damn!
I start laughing, but then I would have to deal with your monstrosity of a steed.
Yes. Yes, you would have.
You the rest of the trip goes by pretty uneventfully, honestly. Every so often you'll see there's some wolves that kind of get close, but then a couple of your horses run them away. Potato just goes full like bull and bites at more wolves. Jasara,
Okay,
your
okay.
horse, makes a very rude noise towards some soldiers that pass by, and you have a little bit of an altercation there. You have to explain that no, it was not me, it was my damn horse that did it.
I thought you were normal. Why would you betray me like this?
But
Now who's talking to
besides
their horse?
that, nothing else happens up until you get about a day away from the camp. You've changed from an ocean layout to rolling hills, and now more of a open valley mountain area. You get to the top of one of the hills that you're about to head down, and you see the fort off in the distance on the horizon that you were heading to. It's huge. It looks like the castle that is currently in Lyfield, the capital of Clarendon. It looks like that, but bigger. And there's a lot of moats and potholes in the ground that have stricken the land. You can see the scars from different types of spells, weapons. You know, almost even as far out as you guys are, you can see the damage that the surrounding area has. Now you can talk.
That took far too long. What are we supposed to be doing here again?
We have to
Well-
reclaim the fort without causing more problems. The capital needs this for a trading route.
So as long as we don't destroy it, yeah.
And if
as
we
long as
are
we don't
going to
destroy
make
it.
trouble, we need to make sure we can take on their entire army.
So wait, I was under the impression we were meeting up with an army here. You're telling me we were supposed to come in here single-handedly, take this fort back without breaking shit?
Corvo
We can
has it
break
right,
shit.
actually. You were coming in to aid in some of the more smaller issues that the army has. Though, yes, you can't break shit. Not in the fort, at least.
Thank God.
So it's mixed.
So this battlefield we're looking at, is this like recent or has this been like this for a while?
Both. It's definitely both. You see both of recent battlefield marks along with old, nasty scars that seem to cover the land.
Is it just me, or does some of this look like it happened more recently?
I thought this
Yeah.
country was at war. That doesn't be a surprise if we're currently murdering people.
DM, do we see anything suspicious in the area that catches our attention? Or anything that
No.
sticks out?
No, you do see the army closer to the fort, but nothing that would unstick out. You recognize the colors. It's the blue, silver, and black of your country's, banner.
Well, I think I know where we're going. Who's following me?
Right behind you,
Awesome.
big guy.
I guess we make our way to the camp.
Yep.
Once you get to the surrounding area and you get closer in, you can see how devastating some of these marks are. There are craters in the ground. There's burn marks that seem to score the earth more than just, locally. It's deep. They're deep scars. Larkin, being a druid, it's uncomfortable.
I was
You
just gonna
can
say...
almost feel the pain that the earth is feeling.
I was just gonna ask if that was something that was hitting me a little harder than the rest of the group.
Yeah.
I let out a big sigh. Is there nothing humans won't do? That they won't break? That they won't cause problems with? I'm visibly annoyed and frustrated at this point.
I say out loud. Unfortunately, it's not just humans. It's every mortal, every immortal being wages war. And this unfortunately is the price of that.
Well, it certainly wasn't druids. We wouldn't have done this. We have more respect for our world.
Oh, not necessarily.
The good druids, at least.
Cut my eyes at
What-
Jasara.
DM question, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any I don't know, maybe flashbacks that Corvo has to just battlefields of any type that he's seen something like this before?
It takes you a moment, really, to think about the battles that you've been in, and even you strain thinking about the battles that you were in when you were dead, because you did fight, being in his army. It's war-torn. You can obviously tell that there's very high casters that cause this damage. It's not just ground soldiers. There are people. There's major arcana in play. You can kind of, even not really being so magical yourself, being a cleric, you can just feel the air around you. It's all types of magic. There's magic that's been taught and learned. There's magic that comes from some type of deity. You feel an overwhelming, just celestial presence in the area, with a very necrotic and infernal magic that seeps in as well.
Have the soldiers noticed us yet?
Yes, as you get close to the moat, you see what looks like 3 or 4 soldiers step forward, weapons drawn, and kind of staring at you.
It
Morning,
appears that
fellas.
we've been spotted.
Huh?
I say out loud to the soldiers, "Morning, fellas."
Jasara, what did you say?
Just, it seems that we've been spotted.
They kind of stare at you. Morning. What is your purpose here?
Well, we were sent here by some of the knights. The 12 some of the 12 knights.
We come on behalf of Sir Gaffmeyer.
Thank you.
We were sent to assist in securing the fort.
And what are your names?
Josiah.
Lurka.
Corvo.
Rodolfo.
Oh, damn it all. Parthos.
You see them kind of relax slightly. We've been expecting you. Sorry. We've had rough couple days. Come with me. The general's been expecting you the most.
I think this is the first group of people who we've introduced ourselves to that hasn't physically thought our presence is going to end the world.
He'll step aside and they will let you cross over the moat and into the fort. It's weird. You know, from the army that you see, the blue, black, silver, you know, you see most of that around, but then kind of centered in the middle of the fort, you see what looks like maybe a dozen so different banners hanging up on a wall. All within the same line, nothing above, nothing below, and they all hold the same place on the wall. Standing in the center, there is a obvious general of this. As my mind just blanks out on the word I was saying, an obvious general on this side of the fort, being the layered inside, and I had sent you a picture in the NPCs. That is what she looks like. She's standing there, they're kind of going over battle maps, and then around her you see people from varying ages, anywhere from a young, 20-year-old to someone that looks like he's in his 60s. They're all dressed differently. The general dressed in full plate like that. You see a couple dressed in leather, chainmail, half chain. Once they realize your presence, they'll kind of stop talking and stare at you, and the general will turn and, are these our guests? Kind of looks at you guys.
I would imagine we are.
I would hope so.
So, seems as if we were expected.
Yes, you were. Marshal Bellman let me know that you were on your way here.
Having trouble with bears.
Bears?
Point
Every so often.
towards the bears. Put up there.
Every so often. There's banners, not bears.
Oh, my bad. I heard bears. I was like, what? Oh.
No, banners.
Nice.
Every so often we have trouble with bears. Did you see a few coming in? Well, I'm glad you made it safe. I'm General Hermia. I am the general of the 3rd Battalion. I run this show on at least the Laredin side. These are my colleagues. These are the generals and officials from the Confederacy of Independent Cities. All having their own appropriate towns that they represent, or sections of the country that they represent. We are very glad that you were able to come out. We've been having some issues with
Bears?
hooligans, as I would call them, or I'm just trying to find a nice word, but they've
Assholes.
been. One could use that word. they've been coming into the city of Faver and causing havoc, and then coming out trying to attack the city, trying to break our attention away. We've been kind of stretched thin, having to send more people into Faver to help with the double guard, and then also trying to keep this fort up and running between the CIC and us. So your help is definitely appreciated. Let me bring you to your quarters, and then we can get into the real business, and she'll excuse herself from the group, and the generals will kind of like give you a look up and down, and then look back at Hermia. One of the older generals, he looks about 60s, in his 60s, kind of wrinkles his nose. You sure that they're going to be able to help?
You could ask your wife. We helped her. To walk by.
Okay. We're here
Why
to
would
help.
you go there?
We're here to
Insult us,
help.
I insult you.
Let's not cause them more trouble, guys.
Someone's got a
Arvo.
necrophilia kink.
Hey, she was hot.
Well,
He
and
also
kind of
likes
as an
her
aside,
quite a bit.
to Larka, does that mean that anybody that would do it with us at this point has a necrophilia kink?
Oh, life or no life.
And he just kind of stares at you up and down again as you pass by.
I'm just
Hope he
trying to
was
hide
actually
my
right about
laughter at
you.
this point.
I hope he was actually right by you. I'd rather have the weird knight and his wife.
I promise you that we've been around longer than it looks.
Yep. That is true.
General, forgive my friend. We've been traveling a long time, and last night was a little rough on all of us.
He just kind of nods and leaves. One of the other generals pipes up. We appreciate your help, and as the other general knows, Sten and his wife are busy, and they kind of bicker as they continue on into the fort. Hermia just... Anyways, let me get you to your quarters. And she'll lead you into the keep of the fort, and through the throne room, which has been taken over as what looks like a general mart kind of supply area. And then she'll take you by the hospital bed, which you do see a lot of people in the hospital, quote unquote. They seem to be getting patched up and taken care of. And she'll lead you further into the quarters, what you assume is either the royal family's quarters of what used to inhabit this fort or something of high status. And she'll lead you into this grand room that used to have what you assume is beautiful furniture, but now there's just simple beds and some chests. This is all we have here. I do apologize, but
Better than we've had recently.
Thank you. This is incredible.
I'm glad that you enjoy, and I hope that we can make your stay here, pleasant, and forgive them. That man in particular is of an old faith of warriors, and he's just not really happy that we had to ask for help.
You could say that we are of an older faith as well. We just happen to have had some experiences recently that adjusted our perspective.
I understand.
I don't think you do, but I appreciate the sympathy.
Sentiment is still nice. Thank you.
Well, get comfortable, and I will meet you back in where we first came in the supply area.
Thank you.
She'll kind of bow her head and leave.
I'll nod.
That guy was a
Parthos, are
douche.
you trying to get us hurt?
I'm not really trying. Do you want me to see me try? I could do better.
I'm sure you
Good.
could. And I just laugh and walk away.
Try it again, and I'll make sure that you're unconscious, and I'll just carry your ass the entire way.
You
Oh,
hear me
good.
let out a loud cackle.
Yes,
All
Daddy.
it takes is just one boop on the head, and
Oh boy.
Right. Let's go have fun, shall we?
I'm just off to the side playing with a beetle. Trying to make some kind of connection with the earth to see if it can tell me anything.
Not in this area. It's been too fought over. Once you guys get kind of settled and put down what you don't need to carry with you, always, you can head back to the supply area, and the general is standing there with, you assume, some of the officers, and they have a cup of something in their hands, and once they come up, the general smiles and passes over some cups to you guys.
I take a deep whiff of what's in the cup and smile.
It's just mead. It's just plain, kind of cheap mead, but it's mead.
Absolutely nothing wrong with such things.
True.
Take a swig of it.
I don't take a swig of it. I just hold it in my hands. So, how can I help you?
Like I said, we've had some issues with people not trying to stretch us thin. We've had many attacks on the town, and then when we send resources there seems to be a barrage of people here. But at the same time, we know we're expecting it, but we can't just leave the citizens to suffer. It's been a bit hard. We're hoping to at least slow down some of the attacks on the forts. There's a camp just across the border that we would like you to do with as you please, really.
do we still have that dynamite from?
We do.
Yeah, we do.
I think we should let Corvo play with his dynamite.
Hey, I told you it could be handy for later.
Corvo once, big boom.
Boom. Boom, Rico.
When was the last attack?
2 or 3 days ago. That's where most of our casualties are from. We had to help.
How often are these attacks happening?
It's starting to get more frequent. It used to be every so often, once every 4 or 5 months. Now it's happening every month, if not more than once a month now.
So I think it's safe to assume that this needs to be dealt with quickly.
If you please, I would prefer it to be done as quickly as possible.
And are we to assume that is the Riharans? Filthy Imperials that they are?
Sadly. She
Do we
kind
know
of
that-
sarcastically.
Do we know if they have any other help from traders from both sides, either side, or is it just them? The Rayhar Empire?
We haven't seen any from our side, but there's been talks that the CIC have had some, but they've always had issues with people back and forth, just because of what had happened. So they get it every so often.
Yes, I would imagine they do.
Is there any intel on this camp that we're trying to obliterate?
Anybody worth of importance that we should look out for?
Do they want
Numbers?
alive?
Oh, I just meant what do their patrols look like? How many people are there? I'm assuming at nighttime they probably are more prone to an attack. Something along those lines.
The patrols seem to run every 3 hours. They switch out. That goes for the nighttime. They don't really let their guard down. Not as often.
How many people?
Last that we counted, that's there all the time, 30. That filter in and out constantly, anywhere from 100 to 300. They have soldiers in and out all the time. What's that noise? No. They, I don't really care what happens to most of them. The general I want alive and here in the forts.
I have several ideas I would be willing to discuss, but I guess it will be a group decision.
I'm all for whatever.
Will we get any support?
Of course you will. Hold on. But
As far as tactics go,
Big boom
I have
first.
I have two ideas. If anybody is interested, I'll be willing to share them.
it's
Well,
just so you know, how it happens, we don't really care.
Get it.
Put
As
it
long
as
as we
a-
keep their general alive, correct?
Just put it as an ambush attack. How it happens and what happens to most of them, we don't care.
Get it.
Well, one of my plans involves the entire camp possibly surrendering to us, so
Big balls. I like it.
But do they have the room for that many prisoners here?
We do.
what's
What
your other
kind-
idea?
What kind of weight will that put on your provisions?
Provisions. Not at all.
feeding them? I don't think
Corvo, what was
The
your other idea?
dungeons. The dungeons.
Well, the other idea would involve having an idea of how the camp is set up. Is it in a field? Are there cliffs? What's the landscape like?
They're in an open field. It's a valley right here where the 3 borders meet. It's all valley. You do have some forest from behind them, but nothing that they can hide in.
Alright. If they were to flee, where would they most likely... Where would their troops come in and out of the most? The forest, I would assume?
They're coming mostly in and out of Faber. They have that city before all of this happened was a bordering city. So you had half of the city in Leridan, half of the city in Rahar. Because when the overturn, no, that's not even a good word. When the civil war happened between the old kingdom of Sarkiel and the up and coming Rahar Empire, Leridan stepped in and fought, and there just never was a good way for them to handle Faber, and so they ended up splitting the city down in half. A good chunk of them come from there, and then they have people coming in from Bahram on a boat.
Well, there might be some complications if we can't box them in.
I have an idea. It depends on how much explosives that you guys have. And if you have a map of their camp.
We do. And she'll motion over to to a map that's kind of settled on the table. She'll walk over and point, and she'll give you a general idea of the camp. So most of what Rahar is more circular. So their command tent's right in the center, and then there's a ring of officer tents, the quartermaster, the stable hands, and anyone that's really important, the kitchen, things like that, and then kind of spread out more in little figure eight patterns. There's groups of soldiers, different parts of the battalion, different shifts, things like that. They rotate almost in like a clockwise, if not counterclockwise.
If we were to ambush one of their guards and watches outside of camp, how long would we have until they probably realize something's wrong?
Probably 4 minutes, 3 minutes.
Okay.
How many troops could we?
How many what?
How many troops could we get positioned around the camp and set up? Not a ton, but enough to.
I could spare you 15, 16, so that you don't draw attention.
My first suggestion would simply be wait till nightfall. Get their platoon or get their watches taken out as fast as possible, and play some mind games with them. Make it seem like we have them severely outnumbered, and attempt to get them to surrender. But if that falls through, I don't know what our other option would be.
The general did say that we're gonna have some help from them. So, right? I'm not wrong.
That's what
Right?
15
That's what the 15.
with us. With us, that would give us, give or take, 20. Not a to what I would like, but
No,
if we
you're
could,
right. We have to do an ambush, hit and run tactics if best. If not,
That-
you're right. Using the explosives that we have for maximum effect.
well, what
Shock
about
and shock and awe, essentially.
I do have an additional suggestion.
all right?
Not to put myself into obscene amounts of danger, but I am an infiltration specialist.
This is
What
true.
about strapping some of that dynamite onto your arrows? Wouldn't you be able to hit your shot still?
No, the dynamite will be too heavy to carry with the arrows. However, myself and a well-disguised druid might be able to sneak into the center of camp.
Take their
That's
captain
best.
hostage and get the rest of the camp to surrender?
And if not, just deploy explosives. We destroy their command structure.
That's what I was going to suggest. Either like cover darkness, stealthily lay out explosives in a like key places, and then before boom, grab the commander.
It's an
Or
option.
general.
However, there is one additional step we could take for this infiltration mission. If we were to ambush one of the guard patrols, we could steal a set of the armor, attempt to use it to sneak in. One set should be enough, as well. Okay, I would hate to suggest, but the easiest way to get you in would be as the horse.
All right, I'll do it. You're right. It is our best option in that sense, and it's been a while since I've been a horse. It would be
Yeah,
nice
we
change from
could-
my squirrel.
I have one more suggestion to add on to what you have considered.
Oh,
Perhaps Perhaps, and take it or leave it. Me and our Parthos can wait in ambush in case something happens, or you. I'm blanking on names. Oh my gosh. Our druid, our
Lorca.
ranger, or I know. Just yes.
Jasara.
Perhaps Jasara. Thank you. Sorry, Jasara, Lorca, and our wonderful druid here. Perhaps you could get into the camp, and if you could get close to their commander, we could, quote unquote, ambush them, and we would have their commander hopefully captured there, and they would have no choice but to surrender, and possibly the element of surprise of them being outnumbered. Or you get in, you take them captive, and you just simply walk out of the camp, and then we blow it up. Other than
The threat
that,
of explosives would be the easiest way to get them to surrender in the first place. I think it would be unnecessary to ambush them in the center of their camp. It would be unwise. If we were indeed caught, it would leave all of us very extremely exposed.
that is true, but our explosives are only sticks of dynamite, and I think we would need those to be manually set off if I remember correctly.
See, but the fun thing about a military camp, they'll have explosives of their own.
We'd have to find them first.
If you do get to the point where you're caught,
General,
you could.
Yes.
If
do you know if they...
Hold on. Go ahead. Go ahead, Dolpher.
if you do get to the point where you're caught, you could still have a distraction for what Corvo suggested earlier. Make it look like they're surrounded. Or enough distraction to where we can get you out.
It would be the best.
All right.
We just need a signal.
Oh, go ahead. Oh, so let's take like a 10-minute break. I gotta pee really badly.
Okay.
And then we can
Okay.
get back. Okay.
Same.
Just
We will be
the
right
urge
back, guys.
Just the urge to pee just kind of like set in. So
I've been over here like grinding my teeth because I have to pee so bad. I was like, please, I need a.
all right, pause.
Therapy.
Be
All
back
right,
in a bit.
we will be
Okay.
right back, guys.
Oh boy, first major battle.
I'm attempting.
Okay.
It's up to you. I don't care.
Yeah, it's up to you. All right. Okay.
I'm attempting to channel my inner history buff to remember battles I've learned about, and that was the one thing I remember.
You also have to remember your characters. What would your character would know?
Barbarian. I know.
Their intelligence and their wisdom.
Well, if he's fought in wars before, then he's probably seen a thing or two like this.
Either way, though, fuck. I'm trying to get Edda to change her spells, because bards or not bards, wizards, wizards. What is it? The medical people and clerics, sorry, and paladins are able to change their spells daily. So I'm trying to get her to, hey, change your spells to more battle oriented. She goes, oh, okay, and then she keeps clicking on her cantrips. I'm like, girl, you can't change the cantrips. It's just level 1 and above. Damn it, girl.
This is why I'm happy that I'm playing just fisticuffs.
Oh my, yeah, it's so much easier to do it the first time around. After a while, those folk, I always like to play either a hunter or a what's it called? warlock because you're essentially fisticuffs with spells. But no, this is gonna be. Yeah, I'm trying to get her to get earth tremors because if she gets it, she's able to control the. Essentially, that's centralized earthquake that can cause a lot of chaos and a lot of damage. And she's able to cast it twice. It's a level 1 spell, so she casts it like 2 times in level 1. Then that will be a good advantage along with the dynamite if we throw them. Cause enough chaos, just flash and bang, and some people will die because most of them are going to be full soldiers. They're not going to be special people. The ones we have to be worried about is the general and his commanders, which that's probably where we're going to be at the center of that. If we're able to take them in battle and fight them, and then cause more chaos with more either earth tremors or spells of that, you know, uh, uh, ilk, then we can probably win this battle. But it's just it has to be good rules for it to work our way.
Good luck with that.
Either way, it's gonna be fun. Although I'm wary of what creature it was that was looking at us. All right, girl, listen to me. You cannot change your cantrips. The only thing you can change is level 1s and above.
All right, I'm back.
So go to where you go. Yes, click that.
I knew what you were saying. I
first.
just hadn't done it yet because I was trying to pay attention to the plan.
So Tremor would be a good one to have. You also remember you're able to change your spells as well. Daily.
Right. I'm still learning all of those. So I need to get rid of...
Get rid of detect magic and add where's it? Earth tremor.
Just trying to think, like I said, I'm just trying to make sure I have good ones to help us out. I need to keep my shapeshift.
Do you have what's on your level 2s? Or your second level spells, my bad. Unclick first level.
Oh.
There you go.
I feel like I should keep find traps. Heat metal would come in handy if they're wearing metal armor. Eh?
Bite growth could be a good one too, but that's a cantrip, I think. No, not a cantrip, a concentration spell. I think.
I was thinking maybe healing spirit.
That's a good one. What do you have on your third spells? On your third level? Real quick. So take off Speak with Plants and add either click what erupting earth is. Good. Hmm. Call lightning also be pretty good too. I think.
Which one?
Call lightning all the
lightning?
way to the top.
That would be a good one.
Mm-hmm.
It's got a really good radius too.
Mm-hmm. And it's not. I don't think it's concentration. It's just immediate.
Concentration up to
Oh no,
10
it is
minutes.
concentration. So
Mhm.
you can strike lightning at fools from a distance, while either after doing a earth shake or whatever, it causes essentially a centralized earthquake on the fools, and then add on the lightning storm, chaos, confusion, shock, and all.
Yeah.
And then we charge in and fight some fools.
All right, let's prep it. Boom.
Let you guys get in and then
Maybe
get
prep.
back up.
What was it?
Let you three get in, and then me and Parthos will lead the troops in.
Yeah. They cause chaos from within, and we cause chaos from outside, and then try to meet in,
Mm-hmm.
and then pray to all the gods that we make it.
So is a plan still for me to turn into a pony? Because one of y'all better have some oats for me.
I think bestiality is still frowned upon.
Not in my world, baby.
Fair enough. I am the son of Loki, so
I'm a druid. There's nothing off the table for me.
true.
Oh, can you also be very excited to know my kids are watching Percy Jackson right now?
Oh,
Watching or reading?
Watching. My oldest read it.
the movies are crap.
Yeah, I was gonna say like.
But the
If they're
movies were what got
standalone-
my oldest son's attention to read it.
Right, I was gonna say if it's a standalone thing and they never read it, eh,
It's
meh.
entertaining enough for AJ. So
If they read it though, and then, or if they watch the movie and then read it, they're like, yeah, so much better.
yeah,
A
that's
good
how it was.
hook.
That's how it was with the big one. He watched it first, and then he was like, "Ooh, I want to read this."
Mm-hmm.
And then he was like, "Oh my god, this was a million times better."
Oh my god, yes.
But
Even
the
though
movie, at least for
Edda
now,
still hasn't read it yet.
Oh, King, I
Right,
don't know
what?
if you watched it yet, but they released Star Wars Vision.
All right, I'm back.
I saw the trailers for the Star Wars Visions. They look fantastic, and I love it. They
I
have
watched the
that
first episode and the third episode, and they were fucking awesome.
Hello.
the Kira Kurosawa almost inspirations with like Studio Ghibli, and I'm so excited for it.
How are you?
Good. I was telling the boys are watching Percy Jackson right now.
Gross.
Right?
I see.
We're
That's
talking
how-
about though the movies were what got the oldest to read them, and he preferred the books. Right now,
Good.
the movies are what are getting the little ones' attention.
Oh,
to
you
read
were
them.
saying gross to the movie. I thought she was just saying gross to the franchise in general. I was like, all right, we're gonna have some
No,
problems.
she
here.
Geth
Oh no, I know. I
loves
love
her-
Percy.
Oh, okay,
I have
okay,
signed.
okay.
I have a signed Rick Riordan book for the Norse series.
Oh,
Also a
nice.
good series.
I read.
I own one of the original box copies of the Heroes of Olympus
Mm-hmm.
that came in the treasure chest with the keychain
Yep.
and a secret compartment underneath. I still have the
Oh, shit.
keychain and I still have the box.
Dude, that's
I-
awesome.
I have all of his books except the last one of the Kane Chronicles and the last
Oh.
one of the Norse ones because I only buy hardbacks and I've only been finding the
Mm-hmm.
paperbacks and I just want to shoot them.
I don't like paperbacks. I feel like I destroy them too easily.
And then I'm missing the Chronicles of Apollo, but I don't know. I didn't like that one. That's my
Nah.
things.
Oh,
It's okay. It finishes the story for everybody. Although I am sad of one of the things that happened in the book series.
Who dies?
Do you want to know? Are you guys
I'm
okay
not
with
gonna.
knowing?
I'm good.
I'm not good.
Jason dies.
Aww.
Yep.
Ouch.
This is after Jason helps Nico come out as gay.
I mean, that's
admitting
cute, but
admitting that he used to have a crush on Percy, which is why he was pissed off at Percy.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Aw.
It was so long ago. I was.
Dies
You said it.
for I think he takes a shot for Apollo because Apollo was he was made human as a punishment for having Octavius as his descendant, which that makes sense.
Total sense.
Okay. I remember that.
Uh-huh.
I
you should
very
get
slightly
for
remember
because
that.
Octavian. Ugh.
Yeah, I haven't read any of those books yet, so
Oh,
I've
Octavius is a
been,
piece of shit.
Piece of
I've been
shit.
wanting to.
Well, it's okay.
They're really good.
I mean, the Norse series starts off with the entire main characters dying.
Yes.
So
Well,
the
it makes
only
sense in that
proper
one
way.
though.
I'm about to say the only
Exactly.
proper way for that to happen.
I also love how the main character for the Norse
Also,
series
spoilers.
is
Wait, spoilers for like the Twitch chat. I forgot that we're.
whatever. It'll be
They
fine.
knew what they signed up for.
Yeah.
There's still a chase in the series, but it's a
Yeah.
cousin of Annabeth, which is fucking incredible.
Okay. Let's get back to the game.
Okay.
As I eat pickles with chopsticks.
Can I ask one question?
Yes, go for it.
Is my stuttering over myself really starting to irritate you guys more?
No,
No.
Okay.
if my own
Oh,
stuttering
okay.
is not bothering anybody, you're fine.
Okay.
I would have told all of you.
And I've
it
been
doesn't
dealing
bother
with
me, but
that
it's bugging
since
me.
high school.
Hey, fair enough.
So I've been dealing with Luis or for him for a long time.
You know you love me.
Well, I said you
Yeah.
guys don't irritate me with any of it.
So if he doesn't bother me, you're fine.
Exactly.
Assholes.
Pretty sure I'm the pissiest one of the whole group with things like that. Doesn't bother me.
We paused at talking about what plan we are going to be doing for
Mhm.
this run. Have you guys decided?
I'm a
Or-
pony. Did I just hear Jess cackle?
Mhm.
I think like for the most part, stealth our way out through this. If not, just get the fuck out. It will cause enough like distraction damage to like
Provoke
get
a
our guys
slowpoke?
out.
A lot of boom booms.
Because I'm really into the idea of Corvo finally getting to play with the dynamite.
How much
Yeah.
Work for it.
Corvo?
Oh, did we lose
You
the
pipe up
Corvo?
at once.
Oh, do you not hear me? I said, how much dynamite do we have?
How much did you take? Did you write it down?
I did, but my computer doesn't work.
Oh,
I thought
that's
we
what
had
I-
like six sticks.
something like that, like 5 or 6. 6 sounds right. Well, let me see if I put it in my notes. Because we picked that up first session, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, first or second.
Enough to cause like the one cave to go boom.
Mm-hmm. Let's see.
Well,
Ooh, other tiefling. Blacksmith. Parthos, do you remember? Oh, Parthos, do you remember how much dynamite we had?
3.
We had 3.
Yeah, they gave us 3 sticks of dynamite. We wanted more, but it was a mining town and they needed it, or a fishing town. One of the two.
We're all wrong. We were thinking 6.
No. That and I don't think
Does-
the game wanted to give us that much power in the beginning.
Does
I mean,
Commander,
you're just gonna pay the consequences for it.
True.
does the commander know if they have any more dynamite?
Explosives or artillery or anything?
Yeah.
He kind of tilts her head back a little bit, thinking. We have a few. I think we have two more, three more. Of that
Could
size,
we
of that
borrow with no
Borrow.
intention of returning?
Oh,
It's for a
I'm
good
sure.
cause.
I'm
Or
sure.
do you have
I'm sure we're not
material?
going to miss it.
Or do you have like materials to make more?
Not of that size, but we have artificers.
Do you have bigger?
We do.
So I would imagine these measly sticks of dynamite are rather small for you have in store.
You know, if we could cause a big enough distraction, cause at least some of their people to go somewhere else with an explosion of some kind, might help us get in.
You know,
Here's my thought.
kind of points. You're kind of on the right track there, but you'll have to suck up to our resident wizard.
Hey, Lurko, let's get on our knees.
Hold on, I got a spell for that.
You're gonna need some lotion. Get the knees ready.
Nom 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 nom. I know they're pretty wizard.
Let me see if we can.
Damn it, Etta.
Let me see if
know
we
you're
can make
giggling.
some sort of distraction somewhere else. Make this plan a little bit more smoother.
We can do that. Here.
Honestly, our best bet to cut is like Corvo said. Cause a lot of shock and a lot of awe. Hit them hard and hit them fast. The best way to do this with explosions, either most likely by throwing them, and then if one of us, most likely our druid, can cause tremors or any other sort of damage to the area, that will be more than enough to distract and kill possibly a lot of them. And then we just go in and
Sneak our way in.
sneak our way in or balls to the wall, you know.
I think things would be better off if we at least had 2 or 3 people on the inside already.
I agree.
So let's send 2 or 3 inside, then cause a distraction. And we can go from there.
How well does this town take to unknown travelers? Like if someone rode in on my back?
For that? The town itself or the camp?
Or
Camp.
the camp.
The camp? I mean, they would kill you on sight, or they would try at least.
Well,
We're gonna have to kill some of the guards and take their armor.
Disguise.
all right, so who's riding me?
I think
Wow.
that would be me.
I'd have it no other way. Look at
You're
just
a
our
barbarian
smirk.
to do that.
Kind of
So
quirk an eyebrow.
I don't know about you, but I don't think I'm going to be the one to be quiet and sneaky when it comes to getting into a camp like this, so I'm going to leave that up to
No.
you.
Big man,
Does
you
anyone
and
have
me are
heavy
gonna
armor?
be what?
Does anyone have heavy armor?
I
No.
think I
No.
wear it. I don't know if I
No.
own.
Jamming light. I'm rocking the leather armor.
The only one who can wear heavy armor are not in our group. Most of us are medi.
Can you
Actually,
wear
I
it?
have the ability to wear it. And only some clerics get it.
War clerics, yeah.
Slap me, call me a whore.
You'd like it too much.
4.
Meh.
I tried. Did it sting?
No.
I'll hit you harder next time.
Mm.
The
Oh, you blushed.
So, what's the whole plan? Lay it out for me.
Jasara and Lurk
We are going to ambush one of the patrols, capture who we can, kill who we can't, steal armor off of them, enough to create one functioning suit of it, send Jasara and Lurke into the camp, Lurke disguised as a horse, Jasara using her infiltration skills to infiltrate the camp, posing as one of the Riharan soldiers.
I thought our cleric was going with you.
Yeah, I have pretty good stealth, so I can come with.
We're not trying to sneak.
Mm.
We're walking right in.
Well, I could come in as a quote-unquote healer. As
They don't
like
by
maybe
chance.
We could escort him in.
Here,
I
Yeah, be
say
give you- I will give you. So it's 7:40 now. I will give you until 7:45 to come up with a cohesive plan that you all can agree on. Okay?
That's fine.
Put some handcuffs on him. Make it look like he's your prisoner.
Well, it would be a good
I think
reason
that
for
would
us
be-
to have been coming back early from patrol.
Yeah, that's the only way it wouldn't be suspicious that we were coming back in so soon, and we wouldn't have a general meeting us there slapping us around.
Yeah.
And you could always say that you are there to be spreading word of your god. Yes.
Yes, act crazy, act incredibly crazy. Then they will be more focused on you than they will the fake, the fake guards.
Yeah.
all right, all right.
All right. So, what are you and Parthos doing at this point? While we're
And
Stay in
then
the-
Corvus and I will lead the rescue, the cavalry, and the rest of the Shakanal into battle once you did use the dynamite and spells to cause enough chaos and damage around the area. And then
Perhaps, hear this out. Once you know where their general is, they don't have any spells to like basically send up some type of flare, do they, to give us a location and then we can storm the camp.
DM stepped out while we're planning.
yeah, we got 3 more
Okay.
minutes.
I know I'm asking you guys. You guys are the ones with spells.
Oh,
Actually, I do not have spells.
I have spells.
You have arrows, but you could shoot an arrow. Do you have an arrow that a
Yes, I
fire
could light an
of
arrow.
some sort?
I have a
could light
couple
one
of
on our
fire
fire, yes.
spells.
Our
Okay.
druid cannot once she's transformed, she cannot use any spells.
All right, so we either have a fireball or we have a flaming arrow, perhaps one or two at the same time, shot up into the air to give us an idea of where he's going to be. And we could possibly split our forces up and have one invade from one side and one invade from the other, while you cause a distraction wherever you are.
Flanking
And then-
maneuver, of course, yes.
And then blow something up while you're at it. Make them think that they're being attacked from 4 fucking sides.
I can
Yep.
use my find traps. It's an instantaneous one also. It ranges 120 feet, so I can look and see also if there's any traps that you guys could be running into. Once I've shape-shifted back into me.
You know.
I got a couple of like fire spells and light spells that can be shot up in the air.
Don't use any of your heavy spells. You see if you can use a cantrip with it.
On second thought, we might want to be careful. On second thought, we might be better off using an arrow. A massive fireball in the air might alert the rest of the guards to come running and have them
That's
mobilize
a very
their
good
troops.
point.
Good point.
I think an arrow, something that we are only looking for, that not somebody else will notice.
That's a very good point. Yeah, because anything I have that I could use
If only we
is
had
gonna
one
be
of those
something
sending
more
stones.
impactful. Do we have that?
We need to invest into either a way to communicate with each other within a certain range or sending stones. I say tattoos of communication. That'll be awesome.
Oh, I have the Quelling Grasp tattoo.
Actually,
Hmm.
I know
But
that's only 15
if you do choose to do something as far as blowing their camp up, or if you even would like to light the whole thing on fire, don't worry about us getting caught. I have something to do with that.
I also can throw down a thunder wave that just like zaps the shit out of everyone.
We need to be careful to not alert the guards.
yeah,
Just
no.
alert the
No, but I'm
town to
saying
our presence.
if shit goes south, I can use that. I have an earth tremor. I can create
Earth tremor.
darkness.
If I say we need to start, we blow up crap, and there'll be this. Or once the arrows in the air detonate the explosions. If you can cause either the
You can
Earth's
detonate
tremor,
them with the thunder.
sure.
Be careful of
We
what
can.
blow up. We
Yeah.
don't need the town falling on us all at once.
It's not a town; it's a camp.
We don't need their troops mobilizing at the town and having 100 people overwhelming
That's
us.
right, because they bring them in from the town.
So whatever
Alright,
we do as
so
far as
Aaron-
blowing something up, it needs to be done last, or while we are, or as we are getting ready to leave.
Hmm.
Go in,
Mm-hmm.
go in, find out where he is, give us the signal. As we charge, go ahead and start blowing stuff up, and hopefully, I wonder if we could get any artillery support of some sort.
We can ask.
We have artillery that could possibly make things a lot easier.
Time's up.
Okay.
All
What'd you guys decide?
Is there any chance that we can receive any type of artillery support?
Artillery as in how?
Catapults.
Scorpions.
We could spare one.
We are in a fortress.
We have plenty. I'm sure we can spare one. Or how many do you need?
2, one on each side of the village, or one on each side of their camp.
Do you have a way to make them smaller? Remember, you'll have to take them across the border.
You don't have anything you can possibly use to hit their camp from here, do you?
Not exactly from here, but close by.
How close? How?
Catapults would 300 feet has been the good range. It can go up to 500, but it's kind of inaccurate from there.
300 feet would be good. If you're able to use the catapults as as long as we're inside, it'll be fine. That should help cause chaos as well, along with everything else going on at the same
Perhaps
time.
Perhaps we should use the catapults only if we need to thin their numbers if they decide to call reinforcements.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
out the plan.
All right. Am I doing that, or are you guys doing that?
Lead on, army boy.
All right, you three will infiltrate the camp, take out the guards. Horse, 2 guards. I'm sorry.
1
2
guard.
guards. 1 guard. I thought it was. Are we doing 2 guards, or are we doing horse, guard, prisoner? 1
Horse
guard.
guard, and
Horse
I'm the
guard,
prisoner.
It's going to be raising hell to distract the guards from figuring out that Jasara is in disguise.
Yeah.
All right. Once you find out where we are, where their captain is, general is, give us a signal, an arrow, preferably a flaming arrow, nothing that is too magnificent to give away that their camp is being attacked. And then Parthos and I will bring the troops in, and hopefully by then they don't know what's going on, and we can burn the camp to the ground. Does that sound good? Any objections?
Nope.
Captain?
Works for me.
Are we doing this at nighttime, I'd assume? Cover of
It would be
darkness would give
better.
us somewhat of an advantage.
It'll be easier to hide at night, yeah.
Yep.
All right. Then I will let you 3 decide when you are ready to go and finish your parts.
I'm ready when you guys are.
Let's get it, people.
All right, let's do this.
All right. We will see you at night then. And she'll kind of smile and
Rest up, my friends.
feel free to walk around, hang out, do what you need to do.
Rest up, my friends. There are shenanigans and fuckery to be had.
You know, you sound very oddly familiar, like a few friends of mine.
Oh? And what friends were those? Old friends, possibly?
Possibly. And she kind of smiles and kind of leaves.
I think she knows us.
She may recognize us at least.
Or she's hitting on Jasara. One of the two.
Wouldn't be the first time.
Good pull.
All right, I'm just going to go back to our room and start praying to hell. Into my whole psycho.
There is altars, by the way, as she leaves.
Good.
They're in
I
the
get
back.
one of
So
them.
there you go.
I'm doing that.
I'm going to go spend some time with Lilac and wander around. I might go check out the injured soldiers in the process, see if there's any way I can help in the meantime.
I go to one of the altars for Odin as well.
Okay, Corvo.
I'm going to sharpen my axe.
Okay. And Jasara. Jasara.
Oh, go get myself something to eat, something to drink. Take a quick nap.
All right. We'll start with Adolpha first. As you make your way towards the back, and you take a moment to really think kind of what has led you up to this time and everything like that, you see in front of you that there is a large room that you assume was the church at this fort, and it seems to call to you. You see there's a dozen or so different altars set up, anywhere from the minor gods and goddesses to the big names, the big players. You do see that there is a smaller altar dedicated to Lady Hell off to the side. You do see a lot of offerings around her.
It warms my heart to know that there are still those that give offering in remembrance.
Good.
I'll go over to the altar and open myself up and start praying.
Roll me a religion check as you start.
7.
You guys just don't like you today, do they?
Well, I have about 18 different D20s, so I'm not using this particular one.
Very true.
It takes a little bit. You pray and pray and pray. This is
Been a
the
couple
longest
hundred
that you've
years,
prayed.
so
Yeah, it's been a couple hundred years, the longest you've prayed in a while. You're so used to being in her presence and being near her, watching her rule. It's weird not having that kind of connection again. Probably after a good hour or so, it seems to finally wear down on you, but you keep praying, and it feels like a hand is gently placed on your shoulder, and you don't open your eyes. You just kind of sit there, and you can almost picture it in your head. There's a lady. She's dressed in all black. Part of her face is covered, though mostly just from shadows, but you can see the eerie, bony figure of the rotting side of the face, along with what looks like a beautiful woman, just kind of staring at you for a moment.
well, now it's been a very long time.
It's been a long time of you having to pray like this.
It's unnerving.
I'm sure. You know that the dead stays dead.
Yes. And the fact that we're back is even more unnerving.
It is very, but what is done is done. I'm sure you can feel the death around here, though.
Yes. When I first saw, I figured that you were not too far away.
No, never am. And she kind of squeezes your shoulder gently. Be careful. everything that's happened in the last 100 years, with this war and the ongoing conflict, they play dirty. Souls that should be coming to my realm don't.
So is there somebody stopping?
There is.
I will find them.
Combination of two. There is a demon, and there is a necromancer.
Why is there always a necromancer?
Why is there always a demon?
And she kind of smiles. Almost. It's kind of weird to see that smile. But then she squeezes your shoulder again and disappears before you can really say anything.
Well, now. Hopefully, things will be easier to future now. And after that, I'll stand up and I'll go to the hospital wing to see what I can do to help.
Corvo, during that time, while Adolpho's praying, what are you doing? I know you went into the same area that...
Just biding my time. Thinking about was the girl that I saw in the forest the same one that tried to steal Parthos' soul?
No.
Alright. Thinking about who she was. Was she somebody I remember? Or is it just somebody who's following us?
Similar.
I didn't hear you if you said something, sorry.
She looked somewhat similar.
Is that all I know?
That's all you know. You can't seem to pinpoint exactly how she looks similar.
I don't think there's anything else I can really think to do besides prepare myself for the oncoming battle.
It's weird, to be honest. You know, this is something that you did years before, and then even in death, you did this as well. It comes very naturally to you, and you do feel a sense of pride from something. Almost a I'm glad you're still doing it kind of pride. You assume it's from your god, but you're not exactly 100% sure. He had never been good at communicating.
That's surprising.
But it's very comforting to an extent.
Alright.
There is a sense of question, almost. You know, it's definitely external. You know, you kind of hear just whispers in your head as as you clean your weapons and sharpen them and go through the motions. Just very quietly, do you still believe?
I don't know what I think anymore.
I don't know what you said, my friend.
I don't know what I think anymore. Maybe I do, maybe I don't.
Do you still believe that I'll give you protection in battle? As I had done so many times before.
I don't know. I guess we'll find out, won't we?
I guess we shall. When you hear just a chuckle, it's kind of unnerving, and then the voice is gone. You know the game that he's playing. He's testing you. And you expect nothing less.
Same old, same old.
Same old, same old. And as this goes on, Jasara,
Yes,
what are you doing?
as I said, taking a nap, getting some food, taking a drink.
Easy. They will gladly give you food. It's definitely not as good as what you've been eating. It's better than rations, though.
Spend some time preparing my bow. Making sure that my disguise kit has all of its supplies.
Alright. It's definitely soldier food. It's mass produced soldier food. It's a stew with bread, and that's about as good as it's gonna get. Your disguise kit should have everything in it unless you've used it, which you haven't. And everything seems to be in order. Parthos, what are you doing?
I'll walk around for a quiet place and meditate. And I grab the cup of meat that I didn't drink and use it as a offering. And I ask for wisdom, clarity in the mind, hope for victory, pray, to stay on my feet, to help my friends understand why, or try to understand at least why us. Why specifically us? What's so important or unimportant about us?
You hear a small... Why not?
I don't know.
And then kind of after that, you hear just kind of quietly. You ask for wisdom. What are you willing to give?
Here you have my allegiance, my who I am. I am your champion. Your will shall be done upon everywhere I go, but that's not enough.
I'm not saying it's not enough. I'm just asking a question.
Mm.
And that's all you're gonna hear.
Mm-hmm.
The feeling of whoever was talking to you is gone. But the offering is accepted. You do feel a sense of comfort in that moment. Lurka,
I'm here.
you're going to the hospital wing.
Yes.
There is a lot of emotion as you come in. You see soldiers as young as 15, 16, all the way from that age to 50s, 60s, either tending to their wounds or helping out the best that they can with those that are injured. You see a particularly younger girl who has a arm cast on and most of her body is wrapped up, but she's smiling and talking with her quote-unquote bedmate, the person that's next to her in the bed, and they're talking about how she showed the guy that did this to her a one-up is she tore him apart with one hand.
I'm smiling. She reminds me of me when I was her age.
There's a lot of different people, a lot of different emotions. It's nice in a sense that it's upbeat, but it's definitely sad to see, especially kids these young and people this old still fighting. You do know that Laredon is a very proud country, and none of these people are here unwillingly. Once you kind of step in, a couple of the healers kind of smile at you and see, if you need anything.
Oh, I'm fine. I just wanted to see if there was anything I could help with before we leave.
We would love the help, actually.
Is there anything specific you need? Do you need herbs? Do you need spells?
Spells would be great. And one of the healers, she is dressed in kind of green clothes, but she has her own armor on as she leads you over to kind of a middle-aged man, probably 30s, 40s. He's pretty hurt. You can see that there's really deep lacerations across one side of his chest, though they definitely aren't from swords. It's more he was peppered with arrows. But once they pulled the arrows out, the lacerations got worse. The arrows that were used were barbed from tip to feather, so it was not a easy process to get that out of him. But we would love the help of getting these patched up. It's been kind of a rough go.
I'll do everything I can for him. Do I notice any herbs around me that could be used versus a spell that would be potentially less painful for the man?
There are a bunch of herbs around. They have anything from the basic common cold herbs for teas to heavy herbs that they're blending into powders and pastes and things like that. There's probably a good different 100 herbs or so in your arsenal right there in front of you.
Am I familiar enough with any of these to use them successfully?
My medicine check.
$19.
Yeah, most of these herbs are very common to you from what you've seen before. You're able to pick out what's going to be good for. Hold on. I sneeze. It's coming up and I can feel it.
You're good.
Bless
Oh,
you.
I hate that. Oh, shut the fuck
Best
up.
thing ever.
No, I can't sneeze. God damn it.
It's the worst.
You're welcome.
Damn it, Parthos.
By the way, Corvo, did you see what I've tagged you in?
Thank you. I just accepted it.
Okay, there we go. One. Okay, continue what you were saying. I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. No, I was just asking like about the herbs.
Yes, there are plenty of herbs. There's a couple of more uncommon ones, but they let you know that the herbs themselves are. Those are more for people to chew, to make them either get really high, or as the healer puts them, to see the gods, or at least they think see the gods, until they're ready to come back down from Asgard.
Understandable. Trying times. We have to find comfort any way we can.
That's me too. And you can spend, that time helping out, and getting ready, and then before that time, you guys are able to take a long rest and get ready for the night. And night will come, and one of the guards, probably halfway through the night, will knock on your door. Are you ready?
Let's get it.
Ready?
Ready? Alright.
Put my axe on my back and I crack my knuckles.
Well then. And he'll smile and lead you back out to the front of the fort where you see the general is there. Instead of the more formal armor that she had on, you see her in full plate with a sword strapped to her back. And there's a bunch of other men there, though you can obviously tell that this is not these aren't their paladins and stuff. They are all dressed in leather, if not studded leather armor, hoods up, and standing there very quietly. It takes you a couple moments, but you are able to finally count that there's 15 people there. But it is very difficult to see all 15 at once.
Good. I'm gonna let you all do the killing while when we push the attack, I will lead the charge. But in the meantime, I'm going to let the ones who were clearly better suited for the killing of the darkness take care of that.
Then I suppose it is time for our ambush.
Sarah, Rudolfer, are we ready?
Let the dead die.
May the dead stay dead.
Ah,
May the dead stay dead.
except when it comes to us, because we have a mission to accomplish.
Apparently.
Yes.
Alright. Are you changing into a horse then?
I think we need.
a horse.
I think we need to go do the ambush first.
Yeah, then do the change.
Alright. Go ahead and roll me stealth checks as you start making your way towards where the first patrol is.
Okay.
So close.
For the love of God, please use your good dice.
Actually, a bit better than what I'm normally doing.
So a 9?
23.
Oh!
Jesus.
I have a +8 to stealth, and I got 15 on a die.
Alright.
24.
Who's all going for the ambush? All
I
of
thought
you?
we were all going, and then they're gonna take the.
I'm gonna
I
hang
thought
in
they
the
were.
back of the line with my 8.
I'm not ambushing anybody. I'm hiding with the troops, so.
I'll keep an eye and make sure no one's tailing us. How's that?
Okay. Alright. The rest of you.
Ooh, I hear the Dice of Judgment going on over there.
As you start making your way towards the first patrol, you encounter what looks like 5 different men on patrol. 2 of them seem to be just oblivious to the world around them. They seem to be just either drinking coffee or smoking something. You're not exactly sure. A couple of the others look around, but they have not seemed to have spotted you.
Who should we go for first?
Start from the rear. Work my way forward.
Yep.
Draw bow. Whenever you're ready.
Is there any?
Is there any what?
I try to get a straggler, one that's far and away from the others that may not see that person, and use both of my daggers and stab it at the neck.
Roll me a stealth check. Just you. As you start moving closer.
Beautiful.
23. Roll the 19.
Give me that sneak attack.
Want me to hit or just the damage die?
Give me the sneak attack. You got not hit.
What was that?
You got a hit now.
Oh.
You snuck up to them. You got a hit.
Right. My bad.
You're good.
Well, oh god. That's never mind. A 21 and a 17.
Was that at an advantage because you were hidden?
No.
Go ahead.
Oh. Both of them are not 21. Excuse my whore mouth.
You will hit. And so go ahead and roll me damage.
Oh, that's perfect. It's 4, 8. 16 total damage.
16.
Total.
Okay. You did not kill him. And we will roll for initiative. As he makes a loud cry.
Do the rest of us not get our sneak attacks?
I mean, you never said you were making a sneak attack, or said you were.
I had my bow drawn and ready to fire whenever they went.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then go ahead and roll me a sneak attack then.
Wow. Wow. Those guys don't like me right now.
What'd you get?
One moment. Glad I've got such an insane hit bonus. Goodness. I've got a 21 and a 19.
19 will not hit. The 21 will.
The 19 doesn't hit. Ooh.
Roll me damage for that first, for the one attack.
I'd like to add my precision strike.
Precision strike.
It's one of my maneuvers from my class. I add a d8 to the attack roll.
Okay.
It becomes a 23.
23 to hit.
Yes.
Hold on.
19.
Which subclass? Give me 1 second. Okay, we're good. Alright. Go ahead and roll damage then.
The first will be against the one that was hit already.
Okay.
And it will be 11 damage.
Okay.
Does that kill?
No.
And the second will be as well. For another 15 damage. Still not dead.
No.
Good grief. Oh wait, the 4 added to that, so it's another 4 on top of that.
Where'd you get the 4 added from?
That comes from the precision strike. The same number that added to the 2 hit bonus also adds to the damage bonus.
Oh, nice.
Nice. Okay. Adolfo, what was your roll? 23, right?
Yeah.
Roll me that attack. If you're making a sneak attack.
Yep. Ooh. 17 on the die. Plus. Yeah. Let's see. Okay. Plus. 23.
23 to hit. Alright. Go ahead and roll me that damage. Which one are you attacking?
The one next to the or next person that's closest.
Okay.
I'm hitting with with my inflict wound spell. Okay.
So you moved up to him. Because it's a touch spell, I'm just making sure.
Yeah, it's a touch.
Alright. Give me that damage.
$23 damage.
Alrighty. And Parthos, unfortunately, you didn't have a sneak attack. Since, you know, your dice kind of hate you today, apparently. And we will go ahead and roll for initiative as just chaos ensues. And I wish we could play music, but, you know, YouTube decided to be a dick to Ruby and Rhythm.
Bastards.
We have an 18 or 23, excuse me, on initiative.
20.
24.
Am I participating in this combat with me not being around, or am I going to sit out since I guess.
Sit out if you want to.
Oh, I don't mind being. I was just curious with if wasn't trying to stealth with everybody, if that counts or not.
I mean, you stayed back with the troops, so probably not.
Yeah, that's okay. That's fine. Then you guys are on your own. Have fun. Me and the troops are waiting.
Okay.
It's gonna be a D20, right?
Yep.
You can click the initiative button on D&D Beyond if you need to. Or
I always forget that it's down there by my armor class, so I'm looking around. I'm like,
Yeah.
18.
Hey. The soldiers will roll their initiative. You pull out the fun dice. Hold on. Hold on.
I don't know. Anytime I see your dice, they're all fun dice to me. So I'm like, ooh, clicky clack.
Oof.
I don't know where your big dex bag is.
I'm gonna pee really quick while they're rolling.
Okay, I'm back. All right. Oh boy, Jess brought down the big dice.
Nah.
Turn back around. Oh, I don't know if you wanted the big dice. All right. Sarah, what is your dexterity?
My dexterity,
Mm-hmm.
20
What's the plus modifier?
plus 5.
Okay, I'm back.
Parthos, what is your dexterity?
Mine?
Mm-hmm.
Dex total or just the
Total.
total? 16.
Starting it off, Adolpha, it is your turn, my friend. You are leading the party. As
All right.
alarms shout and 5 guards draw their weapons and turn towards you.
Well, we're all going to learn a lesson of death today. And I'm going to straight up go to the closest one and ask to inflict wounds again.
Roll me an attack.
14.
14 will not hit
Damn.
Maybe not today.
today.
I did say you're going to learn about death.
Truth.
Is that all you're going to do?
Yes.
You're next.
Who?
Jasara.
Well, obviously, I want to shoot the one that hasn't died yet, because why hasn't he died?
It's personal now.
I shot you, you should be dead.
Truth.
Does he look even hurt?
Oh yeah, he looks hurt. He's just not dead yet.
At least you fucked him up.
So I've got 2 attacks.
Okay.
One of them is going to be a 27 to hit.
Okay.
The other one is going to be a perfect 32, as I crit.
Mm.
Alright. Roll me the damage.
Hey, Geth, I put out a song that you can probably use for stream. You just play it on loop. It should.
Yeah.
I think it is able to play on stream.
Rhythm is just kind of a dick. Because, or not Rhythm, but YouTube. Because Rhythm and Groovy are offline. Because we can't use them anymore. They're kind of dicks.
The first one is going to hit for another 10.
Okay, he will die.
And then the crit will go at the next nearest, and that's going to be 30 damage.
Okay. He will take damage.
Yeah, 30 of it. Off of a single hit. Because, ouch.
Or is
Damn.
yes.
Sarah came back with a vengeance. She was ready. Yeesh.
As just in quick succession. You just hear the twang of the bowstring as the arrow whistles through the air, as the man who was screaming, it just drops off of his horse dead, and another arrow slams its way into the neck of another.
Do you have dark vision?
Me? No.
Yes. Okay. You are in the dead of night. Remember that.
Yes, but they're a guard party. They're carrying torches.
Did I say they were carrying torches?
I would assume they're carrying torches.
They're in a torch light. They are not actively carrying the torch, though. They're on poles that are embedded into the ground.
Okay.
Next up is Soldier 1.
How many are there?
5.
4 now?
4, yeah. Soldier 1 will take a look and then turn back toward our dear friend that just threatened him with learning about death and kind of grin. Learn about death? and you see this kind of blink in his eyes fade into just inky black darkness. I am death. And he
No
will
God's
take
fuck.
a mighty swing at Adolfer. What is your armor class, my friend?
18.
He will hit twice. He will do 18 damage as he just 1-2 right into your chest plate. And it takes a moment, and you feel that 18 damage just kind of gets sucked from your soul as you see what looks like necrotic just kind of set into some of those wounds.
Yeah.
And then he will kind of move back slightly, not leaving the melee range, but holding his weapon out and then grin. That is the end of his turn. And it will move to soldier number 2. Hey Parthos, what's your armor class?
16.
You will take 22 damage as this soldier just up and bum rushes you, fully putting his weight into a swing. The first swing being a critical, as it goes right across from shoulder to the opposite hip, and then the other one coming from the hip back up to your face, and it kind of nicks you on the cheek, kind of making your head tilt to the side as you feel blood start to drip down your face, and then the wound on your cheek almost cauterizes itself with how much death is coming from this man.
I have. Called.
You have what?
I think I have resistance towards anything necrotic.
Do
As
you?
well as as well as radiant.
Wonderful. So you will take half of that then.
Okie dokie.
It still hurts like a bitch, so.
Sure.
And it is your turn.
Oh, that tickled. So I have one in front of me attacking me. Where are the others at? Distance wise and stuff.
Distance wise, you have the one that is face to face with Adolfer, that's about 15 feet away. You
Mhm.
have the other two that are about 20 feet away. That it's the one that just are popped and the one that has not been hit yet.
The one I popped.
Well,
Oh,
Got
that's
it.
awesome.
the one that's dead's about 30 feet away.
I'm changing my notes from fuck dude up to popped one.
Dude in front of me, I cast Shatter at 3rd level.
All right.
Because I feel vindictive. That's a 10-foot radius sphere. So any other companion of his that's within that 10 radius will get hit. Roll me a con save of 16. Or
Con save. All right.
make it lower, please.
Make it lower.
Yes, roll low.
Why?
Cuss.
He fails it.
Oh yay. So you take 4d8 thunder damage.
Wonderful.
How many failed it?
Just the one.
Because they all had to save.
In a 10-foot sphere,
Yeah.
one
Yeah,
Whatever you want.
that's radius, isn't it?
The range is 60 feet. It is a 10-foot radius sphere.
Okay, so it's 20 feet diameter.
That means the party needs to make their saves too. Adolfo and Lurka.
Say that again.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Which
Adolfo, Lurka, and Jasara, you all need to make your saves.
I shouldn't be anywhere near that close. I
You're
was
not?
staying in ranged.
Huh?
I was staying out of range using my bow.
Okay, then the other two need to make their saves.
save is it?
Con. Roll higher than 16.
The other two made it.
All right.
16.
You made it.
3.
That's a 4. Right. Well, Lurka, you may pass out because it is a total of 30 thunder damage. The ones who failed it get half at 15, the ones who succeeded get 15. The ones who failed get 30 thunder damage.
Yeah, I'm definitely passed out because I'm down to 3 HP.
You're still alive.
Out. Yeah, you're still alive. But
Awake, rather. Just
yeah.
Owie. Rocking back and forth, holding my tail and crying for Lilac. Yeah.
So I get 15 damage.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, I won't.
All right, the one in front of you cusses up a storm. The other two that saved just they give you annoyed glances and continue on with what they were doing, attacking other people. Lurka, it is your turn.
You hurt.
You hurt badly.
I hurt real bad. I just want my horse. Okay.
But you're a druid, so you can just wild shape and get all of the hit points of your wild shape.
Truth.
Don't I need to save my wild shape for the camp though?
You do get 2 uses.
I
Think
do
so.
get 2 uses of them. Let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna have to shift because otherwise I'm fucked.
I'm just about fucked. I'm at 5 HP.
What are you shifting into?
Be a bear!
I was just thinking bear, actually, because I can slap him around as a bear. Yeah, let's go bear.
All right. Do you have the stat block for it, or do you need it?
I don't remember what that is.
One moment.
I've got my thing up where it says wild shape.
What was that noise?
Me moving around in my chair. Sorry.
Oh, it's okay.
I'm kind of just.
You get 34 hit points if you're a brown bear.
I'm fine being a brown bear. They're bigger anyway. Can I pick one that's more hit points than I typically have, though? Would I just add 34 points and go over my max, or would I just...
No, your hit points become 34.
They become 34. Okay.
Mm-hmm. When you're changing into wild shape, you take on those hit points.
All right, let's go with the brown bear then. I think that's going to be my best bet.
All right. You wild shape into a brown bear and scream at the people that are hurting your friends, and who are you attacking?
The guy with the necroblade's still up, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's fuck him up.
All of them have necroblades.
They all have
necroblades.
necroblades. All right.
Mhm.
Who's closest to Rodolfo?
The one in front of him.
Let's fuck him up. My boy's only got 5 HP left.
Alright. You gonna charge? Do you have the stat block at the or no?
I do not. Hold on, let me see if I can. Can I just click on it? Aha, there's. I just click on it, right? Stat block. These shapes. I think I'm looking at the right thing.
Here, hold on.
Brown bear, right?
In general.
Yeah. Oh, it's on Roll20. Okay, let me pull it up right now. Okay, I've got him up.
Cool. So those are what you can do. You can make that charge and then either attack twice with multi-attack, or you can attack with just a bite, or with just claws. Up to you.
Do you have the opportunity to attack twice, or you can only attack once?
I think it's going to be best if I attack twice.
Okay, then make your attack rolls.
And remember, you're using the bear's attack rolls. So while you would use your proficiency bonus, you would use the bear's strength. So you have a +3 from your proficiency and +4 from strength. So you have a +7 to hit.
Catch that. So what are your rolls?
I guess would be strength and I don't know. Honestly, I'm
So
sorry. I'm trying to
roll-
learn dice. They're so confusing.
So
Roll-
you're rolling 2 attacks. So both of those are going to be a d20, and to each of them you will add +7.
Okay.
So there should be a little like dice thing in the corner for D&D Beyond, and you should be able to click it and pick from there. And then
First
you can just
roll.
hit a d20. Yep. So, and then you'll just add 7 to it.
21 for my first roll.
Okay. And then roll it again.
And a 21 for my second roll.
Okay. That's 21 to hit both times, and you'll hit.
So that'll be a d8 +4
So then
piercing damage on a bite.
Yep. And then so in that little drop the little dice menu again, you'll hit the d8, and then just add 4.
That's an 11.
Okay. And then the
2d6 +4 on the claw damage.
so roll 2 of the d6 ones.
Do I add those together and then add the last of it?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so first one was a 4. So those came out to 10, and then how much am I adding on that?
+4, so that's 14.
Okay, so a 14 then.
Those will hit. And do a significant amount of damage. Roll me an intimidation check too, by the way. As you just kind of barrel towards them. You should be able to
Barrel?
see intimidation.
20, baby!
Barrel?
Bear.
Oh.
I got you, boo! I got you!
One might even say that I'm being overbearing.
Oh my god.
Ha, ha, ha.
Hell, take me. Hell, take me now. Take me now. Just take me now.
Just take me now.
It seems that you can't bear the puns.
Oh my god.
My God.
I'll make you go down a level instead of giving you a level up. Jesus Christ.
Someone take her.
I
hands
have
away.
a bear right here, and I got another guy making puns about it. Just
It's perfect. It's
You about to
perfect.
throw your bare hands.
Oh my god.
Honestly, I live for her jokes. I can't even pretend I don't.
Alright. And we will go ahead and pause for the night.
Oh my gosh.
Look,
even
I'm
finish the
sitting here
combat.
waiting. I'm sitting here waiting for y'all to figure your stuff out. We're just waiting in the bushes, and y'all can't even figure that out. I would come out and just be like, all right, where the fuck y'all at? You're all gonna just be sitting there almost fucking dying. And she's like, oh, great, I gotta save everybody again.
I highly recommend sampling the flowers while you wait.
It is almost 9 o'clock, and as much as I want to keep going, I do need sleep. It's been a long week. So.
Fair.
Fair. I got cramps, so I'm gonna go lay down anyway.
Alright.
Love you, Ada.
Love you.
It was fun. We will meet next week. Yeah.
Is my mama an alien bear?
It's true. I'm Mama Alien Bear now.
Alright, you all try to survive your week. I know I will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
Alright.
Yeah.
See you guys.
Talk to y'all
all
later.
right.
See ya. Love you all.
See ya.
Boy.
Bye-bye.